Good morning. I'm here at the Norumbega Inn with the new owners. They've had it for about a year, Will and Brett. Brett on the left, Will on the right. If you've heard of the Norumbega, or you may recognize the name, it's the castle as you're heading north, or north on 1 out of Camden. So, what drew you guys to this place?
Well, I used to travel to Camden, Maine as a young person with my family. So when we started looking for inns, the mid-coast of Maine was one of the spots that we started looking. And after we visited Norumbega, we visited a lot of properties, but after we visited Norumbega, it was definitely the one for us.
Great. And this property has quite a history, doesn't it?
Yes, quite a history.
So tell me a little of the highlights.
It was built in 1886 by an inventor by the name of Joseph Stearns. He invented the duplex telegraph, so it was the first time a telegraph could go on the same line both ways. And he sold his invention to Southwestern Bell, made a fortune, sold the invention across Europe to all the major European countries, made even more of a fortune, and then decided to come back and build his own castle here in Maine. He hired a New York architect. It had steam heat, it had electric light. It really was ahead of its time in that way, especially considering the summer homes here along Route 1 that are a little bit more in the sea captain style, the white clapboard, and so it definitely feels a little different.
Right. And you bought it last May and you operated it through the season and then closed. And so people who may have been here before, they're going to find some changes, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, we definitely tried to keep all the things about the house that people have loved ever since it's been an inn. So all of the millwork, all the trimmings, all of that's still here. We didn't modify it, we just tried to enhance it. And we tried to make the whole thing feel a little bit lighter, brighter, more comfortable to hang out in, and just make it a place where people could feel like they're living in a castle while they're staying with us. Lots of great, comfortable spots to hang out.
There are so many. I mean, right now we're in kind of the living room.
Sure.
Yes.
And there's the piano room, the dining room, and this is just one little section of the downstairs. And there's a cozy little nook corner over here with a fireplace on the way up the stairs. And they're all different, the fireplaces, aren't they?
Yes, and all the millwork is also different. It's endlessly elaborate. The stair railings change from the first floor up to the second and third floors. Really, it would be impossible to count the different types of woodwork I feel like that are here in the house, and that's something that we wanted to keep and just enhance. You couldn't find this today.
And you've really got 4 floors of rooms, right? Because there's rooms on the ground level that walk outside.
Yes.
And then on the main floor here, but then there's guest rooms on the second, the third, and
the penthouse.
And the penthouse, which is just amazing. Got to walk through that yesterday.
Thank you.
And the food is fabulous. Breakfast is wonderful. And you do cookies in the afternoon.
Oh, yes.
And you have a bar for your guests.
We do.
And you've got a new bartender.
Bartender in training.
A bartender in training. And let's see, you're also talking about doing some dinners, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. We've partnered with a local catering company that used to have a restaurant in Portland called Blue Spoon that just recently closed after they moved to the mid-coast, and we are working with them to do monthly dinners starting in July. And it's something we hope to continue doing throughout the year, make food and beverage a part of your stay here, to hopefully attract the crowd through all seasons.
Great. So you're going to be open year-round?
We are.
Yes.
All right. Anything else you want to tell me about the inn and the experience and what you're doing here?
I would just say we are, we're trying to feel a little bit less like a bed and breakfast, in the sense that while we are here and very active in operating the inn, we're not around at every moment, and we're trying to make it feel like a home in which everything that you want or need is accessible to you, without us being there to hand it to you at every second of the day. So it's a quiet service. We want to make it feel like this is your home and you can access the things you need, without someone hovering over your shoulder, and making sure you're not staining the couch.
And you have a huge yard here as well, right?
4 acres of property, yes, with 2 gazebos. There's a bocce ball court, a fire pit. I mean, endless,
Beautiful flower gardens.
yes,
Yeah.
endless spots to cozy up and read
And
a
a
book or
great
beer.
wraparound porch in the backside, which overlooks. And when you're on the second and definitely third floor and up, you get ocean views, right? So
Yes.
Yes.
it's beautiful looking out over the islands and
It
Penobscot
is,
Bay.
Yes.
Great. Well, thank you and best of luck to you.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
very
much.
much.